Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Let's Play the Wonderful 101, Operation 003-C, the final mission in Operation 3, and the third major boss fight of the game.
Now that's what I like to see. Our gal's still safe.
Under beating heart, the super reactor.
So, you are the vermin that's been scurrying about, nipping at our heels.
Who's there? Show yourself!
A handful of color-coded misfits who have to tackle the combined might of our entire army? How droll. Your death awaits in the appendages of the magnificent Guana, Officer 5th Class of the mighty geathjerk.
Buzz off, Bugface, or stick around and find out what a real sting feels like. The Valiantium way.
Ah, Blue! A variation on a theme. I approve.
Stick a croissant in it.
It is you who will feel the sting, Earthlings.
Bring it.
OMG! What is that?
That is Daija, my flagship, whose main laser cannon, incidentally, is set to vaporize you and your beloved statue in the matter of moments.
Hey, where are you going? Take me to your leader!
Dudes, they're getting away. Another one? You're kidding me. Blue, wait! Unite, hand! Team, brace for impact. We're ramming the carrier. Are you out of your mind?
There are a couple of things that we have to avoid here. Flaming debris from the ships that the Virgin Victory shoots down. We have to avoid the missiles that are being fired out of the cannon and out of the N-vans that are teleporting around. And we have to avoid the Koffun's lasers, which really not too hard to avoid. Probably the easiest thing to get hit by right there, it's the missiles. Sometimes it's the debris, but the debris tends to track right towards your last known position, so it's not that bad. You can avoid actually taking damage that counts against your damage score, while still taking hull damage on the rocket. So it's not that bad, actually. The rocket provided to us by someone who looked a little bit like Vorkin, female Vorkin. We're gonna ram this thing home now. This reminds me a lot of those old Super Nintendo Earthworm Jim sections in space, you know, with the rocket, where Jim's riding it like a horse and Psychro is there. Or like the approach to Mundus, I guess.
Sacre vert Wonder Rouge. Catching a ride on a missile is not my idea of a good idea.
Oh, seriously, I am going to need a total makeover after this.
I didn't think you had it in you, Red.
But where is this place?
Then we're just gonna have to shove this missile down this jerk's throat ourselves. Team, unite up!
Roger!
So we have the rocket partially lodged into the cannon. We've stopped it from firing for now, but we still have to nail this thing home. We are gonna drive this thing in, like hammering in a stake. We are staking the laser, like a vampire. And we just do that by hitting it over and over again with the hammer. And each time you drive it further in, more of these thrusters will ignite. It starts off with 2, which leaves you 2 safe spots. Then it goes to 3, and then finally all 4 of them start igniting at once. So you have to be completely off the platform or you'll take damage. So that's kind of the flow of this section. It's just on, off, on, off. Watch out for the thrusters, nail this thing home. And I think next time I'll get a little bit greedy and go for 2 of them. And if the worst should happen, okay, good. I was gonna say, if the worst should happen, I take a hit, I can always do Kamiya out of the damage anyway.
You insufferable pests, vermin, insects! This is the last time you meddle in the affairs of the geathjerk Federation Supreme Armada!
What are you gonna do, ugly? Shake your broken laser cannon at us?
Hey, you! Alien! You listen to me for 5 whole seconds? I want to see your leader! Don't you speak English? Ugh, better stay back and let the pros handle this one!
This is your first and only warning, Invader. Surrender your arms or you force us to use force.
You don't know the meaning of the word. Allow me to demonstrate.
Wonderful 100. Diplomacy fails again. Team, engaging unlimited form. Team, unite up.
This boss is really long and broken up into a lot of different parts. Also, I hit Wano with the Wonderliner and he just teleported away. You can't damage him yet. God, this thing looks like Serpentera. Love it. So again, we can use Wonder Yellow's hammer as an umbrella or as a shield to stop the rain of projectiles overhead. And as if the boss wasn't enough, as if Wana and Daija weren't enough, they didn't have enough room in the game, in the 9 operations of this game to introduce... Oh, there's the good Okami. To introduce all of the new enemies, so they have to debut new ones mid-boss fight now. And they might look like run-of-the-mill snake enemies. I actually think they're supposed to be a callback to the Inspired from Bayonetta. That's another really good use of the hammer, is blocking that overhead attack. Pretty much anything that'll hit you overhead, that's not like a big obvious heavy strike, you can block with the hammer. smaller overhead attacks. And then you saw there another really useful weapon-specific trick that you can do. I noticed the Orgons have hooked tails. You can use Wonder Pink to pluck them out of the ground instead of waiting for them to pop up naturally. So we repeat that sequence one more time, I think. I was saying, this is a really long, involved boss fight with a lot of different phases to it, because one is just kind of this little pipsqueak, so you can't just fight him head-on. He wouldn't put up much of a fight, so he puts a lot of obstacles in your way. Serpent Terra, the Orgons, all these missiles, all these different gameplay segments. This is a really fun boss fight. It's much more of like an extended sequence than just a singular boss fight against one enemy. And you do get some bonus points for blocking that enemy like that. For the most part, until he starts doing that attack where he pokes his little hooked tail out of the ground so you can pick him up with Wonder Pink, you're kind of at his mercy for when he decides to show himself so you can actually stun him for a bit and do real damage. You can do a little bit of damage to him while he's submerged, but the real damage comes when he's kind of laying there on the ground stunned, much like the Inspireds. I thought there was only 2 of these. Hopefully... Oh, he's gonna do the overhead. Yeah. Yeah, another unique weapon property. All of the weapons have themes, though, so if you kind of know the most basic special function of a weapon, you can experiment and kind of intuit some other things that they can do and figure out, like, different ways to use the weapon. So not only do they have a ton of depth and encourage you to experiment... Oh, no! I didn't do Okami either. Oh well. Yeah, they encourage you to experiment, and like, none of the weapon mechanics are that obtuse. Just make sure he doesn't get a second underground phase. Good, 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 good. Another enemy with a hooked tail, actually, is the turtle enemy we were introduced to in the last operation. You can also stun them by pulling their tails with Wonder Pink. Not the most inventive QTE, this one, but it feels good. It feels really good.
Glider!
Yeah, the glider bit. Oh, if I can make the shape right now. Second aerial bit of this boss fight. Luckily, the glider controls just like the rocket did before. On. I think I shit. The glider controls like the rocket did before, so it doesn't control like the glider normally does, which would be it would be really clumsy for this section. Okay, I'll definitely avoid that bite. I thought if I just hung out in the top right, I could have gotten away from it. You could do that for one of his attacks. Also, if these Orgons latch onto you like they did just now, and they did before, you just shake them off. They don't do damage, but they do slow you down, which can impede your ability to avoid his attacks. And I'm 0 for 2 on doing that for the first try. This is a fucking rockin' boss fight. And they never drop the intensity, really. And all of the different sections of the boss are so different from one another, but they all keep the tempo up really well. This is the one where I can just hang out in the upper right of the screen. He does these really heavy charged super bites. 3 or 4 in a row, I'm pretty sure it's 3. Yep. And then after that, we can actually get on to, well, not his back, we were already on that. We can start to fight him head on after this. So we strike him with the hammer, which, boy, do I suck at drawing sometimes. Oh, and we force him to bite down on his own tail. Ever bite your tongue by accident? Yeah, now imagine accidentally somehow biting your whole torso in half. And this is when he whips out the Sir Kill-A-Lot buzzsaws. Did Kill-A-Lot have buzzsaws? I don't remember which one had which. I think Matilda had the flamethrower. They're rebooting Robot Wars. I can't wait. Oh, I hope they bring back Craig Charles and his dope leather jacket. God, I can't believe that Robot Wars is coming back. Oh, fuck. What was that ninja show I watched all the time as a kid? W something 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 Masters? AMC or something? So when he does this and he whips his whiskers into the ground, it's hard to see what I was drawing. You can strike them and he'll get his whiskers stuck in the ground, and it acts as a bridge for you to get across onto his face where Wana is piloting him from. I'm normally not lucky enough to get him to do that early on in the fight. So you strike his pod, can't draw anything into him, so I'm just gonna whack away with the hammer for a little bit. And this is the flow of the fight from here on out, is finding opportunities to get up onto his head and do a little bit of damage to Wana himself. And in between that, you kind of have to defend the N-band you're on because you're using it as a platform. And he'll attempt to destroy it and especially chip away at the outer edges of it to make your platform smaller and make his attacks more difficult to avoid. So there are 3 orbs on his buzzsaw that you can kind of do some damage to when he's sawing away at the platform. It's hard to hit them right now. Also, helicopter dropping in reinforcements. It's actually like the screen is so busy and it's so small that it can be pretty easy to miss that. But you could just chip away at the orbs on the buzzsaw. This is the attack you really want to see though, because this is going to be a big opportunity to do damage to the buzzsaw. You jump over it, hammer it down so it gets stuck for a minute, and then you can just really have your way with the orbs. And once all 3 of them are destroyed, you get to hop up onto Serpentera's head and do a little bit more damage to Wana. Good. Oh no, it left it at red health. Like 1 hit of damage left on it. Oh, I got lucky though. He's doing another one with the other arm. With his right arm. God, I'm getting really lucky in some ways with this fight. Luck that I don't normally enjoy. So we'll draw... Maybe I'll save that for the next one. Draw a couple of Unite Swords. Just make sure this thing goes down as quick as I can get it. Don't want to waste this good luck. Okay, yeah. Once you destroy all 3, the buzzsaw explodes, which means he no longer gets to use that as an attack. And that also means that he can no longer use that to destroy the platforms, which is the important bit. I didn't get to do anything to him there. Did I do too much damage the first time and the game was just like, nah, get off? That was weird. Yeah, I'm at 88 people. Still dropping in a lot of civilians for me to recruit, and there's 100. Okay. Come on, if I could get this while he's sawing at the platform, that would be awesome. I'm gonna have to wait for him to sweep the leg with a buzzsaw. There it is, though. He didn't give me too much randomness. And that's just like 1 little hammer strike left. Boom. That'll explode. We'll get onto his head. Hopefully we'll actually get to hit Wana this time. And then the only other method of damaging him that you can... that should not have been a glider. It was really weird. The only other way you can really do any damage is with stray chip from gunshots while you're on the N-band platform. It doesn't do too much, but it hurries the fight along a little bit. Now, since he has no buzzsaw arms, he's gonna start doing this a lot. But again, Unite Hammer, Umbrella blocks all of these overhead missile attacks, which not only keeps you safe, it also keeps the platform intact. Keeps the platform from being destroyed by the missiles, which means you have a lot more room to dodge his significantly harder to avoid attacks. He did this for us again. Wow, he's being so nice to me today. Since we still have a fair amount of damage on him, and the fight's not going to change up too much from here on out. I forgot to mention this when we picked Yellow up. Actually, no, I was in the middle of saying this, and then I had all that stuff I had to cut out. Wonder Yellow is named after a Russian cosmonaut who was alleged to have died on a mission, and he was, you know, they said that the Soviets subsequently erased any mention of him from the history books. And that was all later debunked and proven to be a huge hoax. Try to get a little bit of damage going on him, shooting him in the face. We're probably gonna have to get up on his head one more time, so if he's nice, he'll do that whisker attack again pretty soon. Not before he tries to destroy the platform. Because of the curve of this platform and how far the camera is pulled out, it's hard to see what I'm actually drawing, what Unite Morph I'm gonna get. This is okay though. I think this is the first time I've ever done this fight where I had the entire first N-Van survive, assuming he doesn't destroy it after this. I usually go through like 2 or 3 of these. This is really good so far. A couple of weird things aside. That one hit that I took aside. Never ever gonna be satisfied. Gotta satisfice. Okay. Let's really lay into him. Hopefully this will be the last phase of this. I think the yellow one's his last life bar. Yeah, and he always has that little magic pixel, that little sliver of yellow health left. That'll be dealt with after what is, for the most part, a scripted sequence coming up. A long scripted sequence. He never used this attack, actually. He used an attack just like that you can deflect back at him baseball style with Blue's sword. I actually totally forgot about that attack. He was nice enough not to use it because that attack sucks. It's just one less opportunity to do big damage to him. Of course, we'll use the sword to just skewer and shish kebab his energy projectiles and launch them all back, all 4 at a time, all at once. And we can just take that last bit of health off him now.
You rock, Yellow! Come on, man, catchphrase time, let's hear it!
What? We have no such catchphrase in my country. Yet I have nothing.
Say goodbye to your precious statue! Charge!
What? Dude, that is so not happening!
The Earth will soon be ours! Gifted forever! Our reign is eternal! What?
Stratoport just disappeared, guys.
Woo-wee! Now that's what you call old-fashioned Southern ingenuity. Or in slightly more technical terms, a subspace stealth circuit.
Professor Shirogane, is that you?
Sure is too. The port is safe and sound. I tucked her away in subspace. It's the ultimate defense. After all, you can't hit something that ain't there.
Gramps, you've been holding out on us.
Oui, what if you had swooned in your old age before spiriting our station away?
Oh, damn it. I've been busting my behind just to finish this thing. I told you she was popping hot fresh out of the lab. Just finished her up yesterday.
You have earned my wrath, vermin! Who dares defy the mighty Iguana?
Tell him, Yellow. Come on, front and center.
We do not announce ourselves in my country. I am unprepared. I have still not made catchphrase.
Well, you missed your chance, comrade. Here he goes.
Wonderful 100, do you copy? The enemy fleet has been destroyed, and remaining bogies have bugged out. Excellent work today, team. Get back to the Virgin Victory and treat yourselves to a nice hot shower.
And a double scoop strawberry shake. Do not forget the shake.
And there's that baggage that needs returning to sender. Right, kiddo?
Hey, I'm not baggage. I have a name. L-U-K-A Luca.
And Luca stands for ankle biter.
Operation 003 complete. Flight path clear. Virgin Victory now proceeding to recover Professor Shirogane. Red, return to ship through hatch number 3.
Roger. Team, back to the bridge.
Roger.
And that's why yellow is my favorite wonderful one. Come up with a catchphrase for yellow in the comments. My personal pick would have been hammer time. You know what? I thought that boss fight actually took a lot longer than it did. Cool. That's gonna do it for Operation 3. See you on the next episode for Operation 004A, where things are really gonna start to pick up. Before I go, if you could do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, also thumbs up, favorite, all that good stuff, that'd be much appreciated. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.